Hi everyone, welcome to the last part of this page from World of Flowers by Johanna Basford using the Schipper Farben pencils. We've got this one to do, so let's come in nice and close. Oh, try and move the book a minute. And into the middle and have a little look. Well, I've got a lot of green and I'm thinking, and we've got to think about the background too. I'm just looking at the colours we've already used. I might go for a green background. We could go for a lime green background. Maybe it would be good to do it first again, like we did with this one. Just because of all these little teeny tiny bits, I think I'm going to do that. Let's make a start with our lime. Now, just like we've done with the others, we put a darker bit on the edge. Now that means going up and down a little bit, because we want to get a few layers down and then scumble it in. Now I am going to go over the top of these flowers because they are so complicated that otherwise it's going to be really hard to get around them, and then sort of fade it in towards the middle. Not quite sure whether I'm going to colour over it. I think I will. I'm going to start with this side again. Well, do this side now. This is quite a nice colour, isn't it? It's not, I wouldn't say it was lime. It's a nice light green. Almost a spring green, I would say. It's very nice. Nice? Is that a good word to describe something? I remember I didn't used to be allowed to use the word nice because it was not a good word. It's not very descriptive, saying something's nice. And say it's pretty or colourful, bright or intense or warm or you know, nice. But maybe it's okay. I'm not going to go over these necessarily. I think it'll be okay. I'm having a hot flash. Ooh. I might have to stop and get my fan. Phew. Hot. But see if it lasts. It's all the effort of this colouring this background. It's making me sweat. Now I feel like I should go over these as well, just because it's going to change the tone of the colour underneath. So my aim, looks really yellow on camera, is to try and get, you know, darker in the corners, lighter towards the middle, and just work that colour so that we get a sort of a, you know, a fade effect, with the lightest being around here. I think I'm nearly there. I think I'm happy with that. Now, what we need now is something bold, because it needs to stand out over the top of this background. Now, what do we put on a green? Well, I would often use orange, but you know, we've just used orange next door. So we haven't actually got any purple flowers. Will it work? Deep intake of breath. We've got purple right here though, so I'm not thinking that's going to work. What else could we do? We could do a really dark green, but then it would all be green, so that's not going to work. I think what I'm going to do is actually do the green, the leaves, and then decide. So we've got a few colours we haven't used yet in the green. We haven't used the eucalyptus, the casino green, the tropical green. We haven't used the mould or the moss. Oh, there's loads we haven't used. We haven't used the golf course, which I think is an intriguing name. It's drawn me. Golf course. I have looked at the colour. I do think it's going to work. So this is nice sharp as well, because we need it here. Actually, these little bits, I'm going to just block these in because they're small. I am thinking about flower colour while I'm doing this. I'm thinking bright red, but I don't know if we've got a bright red that we haven't used. We've got True Love. Oh, we do have. Yeah, I've chosen my colour. I'm going to keep it a secret. Not for long. you look in the description, you'll find out if you can't wait. I'm just colouring. If you're colouring along, you'll have to keep up with me, so you can't look. The power of holding a secret. Now here, I'm going to try and go a little darker on the edge. There we go. All the way down. Now these leaves, they look a bit lily pad-esque to me. Now, let's have a think. I'm going to sort of do each segment separately, just for ease. And what I want to do is just fade my green towards the edge. So I'm just pressing more lightly, putting down less layers. And I think dealing with it a section at a time, I'm sort of ignoring the lines really. I've just thought of a way I could colour them which would be better, but it's too late now. I'll tell you so you can do it. Colour it dark here and fade it down to there. Same on each one. That might work better than this. It would make more sense of the lines, but hey ho, I'm committed now. It's a nice colour. It's quite a neutral green. It's not bluey, it's not olivey, it's a mid green, I guess, from neutral green. So I quite like it. I was just messaging husband to try and tell him when to book the next hairdresser's appointment. It's quite complicated. 6 weeks' time is the day before father-in-law's birthday, but also the weekend husband's going to a festival. It is in our town, but it's still sort of, you know, going out a lot and staying up late and all that sort of thing. So I didn't know if he'd want to have a haircut as well. It's interesting now. He's got he's doing 3-day weeks, 4-day weekends. He seems to be busier than he was before. Is it just the way that I think I'm trying to find the pencil I want. I can't find it. Is it this one? No. There it is. Have you ever seen a pencil name as long as this? There's no place like home. I've called it There's No Place on the swatch chart because there's just not enough room to write all those words. And it's a very intense pinky red. I know it's a bit similar to the tulips. It's not what we use for them, is it? Now I'm looking because I'm worried. I'm doing the same colour. Does it matter if I'm doing the same colour? Not really. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I use magenta and rose. Okay. That's okay then. We still haven't used all the colours, I don't think. But used a fair few. I mean, it's 96. It's quite a lot, especially, I mean, I haven't used the white or the black. I haven't really tried the white, because some whites are really rubbish, aren't they? And some whites are really good. So it'll be interesting to try it in a way. Now, someone has asked me to do some colouring book index sheets for Maria Trolley's books. I need to remember to do that. I need to write it down on my to-do list. I was going to do loads of those when my plumbers were here. Unfortunately, well, the first day they were here, I actually just took a day off. Well, I had to do a few household sorting out things and phone calls. Never, no such thing as a day off. But I think I did a bit of editing and a newslettery thing, but not really. But I didn't do anything very much, and it was quite nice. I find that I don't think I need a day off. I always feel it's fine, and then when I take one, it's like, oh, She looks nice. But I feel like I need one soon. Not a day off doing this. This is fine. I need a day off doing family stuff, you know, like it'd be just nice if I didn't have to empty a dishwasher or cook a meal or phone someone's doctor's surgery or chase someone to make sure they're doing their revision for their driving test or blah 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 blah. Just to have a day off not worrying about it all. But the problem is that if I don't, no one does. It's not like if I left them to it, they'd do it, you know. I mean, they would do the dishwasher, to be fair, if it was, they do empty it. I've been doing it because I've been getting up early, and actually husband's been having to do stuff, so, you know, I've just been getting on with it. But, you know, it'd be nice to just have a chilled day, not having to worry about that sort of stuff. But, yeah. That's actually, I felt like that recently, and I went out for a walk on my own for a little while. It was only about half an hour, and I felt so much better when I came back, just having that bit of time on my own. So maybe I just need to do that. And the sun's gone in. Now I am trying to fade this a bit towards the edges, but it isn't really working. It's just blocking them in. But they're really they look heart-shaped, and now I'm coming to colour them. I just noticed a green one I missed here. And so they look sort of heart-shaped, so the red seems a really good colour. What are we doing for time? Oh, good. I need to free myself of this in 15 minutes. It's got ages yet. It's not going to take me 15 minutes to finish this. The border around the whole page, each of these little bits has got, you know, they've got a line around now. I can't get any words out. I'm not going to do it until I finish the other side. I did this before with a page in Ivy when I did you a couple of you know, little videos. I think I'll wait, because I could do it with black, sort of a black pen. I could do it with a gold or a silver, you know. I'm not really sure. Or a pencil. Black pencil probably, if I was going to do pencil. But as I say, I'm not really sure. Or actually, I'd probably rather do it in pen. Should I tell you with them black? If I'm doing it black, should I tell you why? Because if you do a really intensely dark coloured thing, and then you lean on the other side of the page, it will leave behind some residue. So if I do a thick black line, say along here, it will show on the facing page, because there is not a symmetry in the boxes. If the boxes were symmetrical, so there was one like this on the other side opposite, then it would work, but there isn't. It isn't quite like that. There is some symmetry in it, but it isn't exactly the same. So there's still a long thin design by the spine, but it's a bit thicker. Then there's not 4 boxes like these 4. There's a huge one, and it's just very different. So I think black pencil wouldn't be a good idea, but black pen might work. And you might say, well, what pens? Okay, Poscas are very good. They're acrylic paint pens. They come in various nib sizes. I use the PC1MR, which is the smallest. And once they dry, they don't come off. They do take a while to dry. You have to be careful, don't shut the book, because you know, for a while. I always leave them overnight, which is far too long, but it's always better to do it far too long, isn't it? So that's what I tend to use. Sakura gel pens are good as well. They dry up nicely, don't go through the page. Now, I can't guarantee though that that's going to be true for all books, and even all of Johanna's books, because different publishers across the world use different paper. So it might work in my book, it might not work in your book. So do be careful. I don't know about the paper in this book. actually. I know that Johanna's more recent books, she'd run out of the paper she used in America, so she's using a different type, so it might behave a little bit differently. So even if you're getting a book by the same author from the same country, you would need to just test the paper. And in the back of the books there's either a pencil test page or a little sort of blank page, or one with sort of, I don't know, in her early books there's sort of the solution as to where you've got to find certain things. So there's always a page where you can just scribble with your pen and just see whether it goes through the page. An alcohol marker will always go through the page. Now I feel like on the edge of these leaves I want to do a colour just to finish it off. It looks to me a little bit messy. I'm just having a look at what I've got because I don't want to use the lime. Obviously we've used that on the background. I want something a little bit darker now. We used the golf course. Let me have a look. I think the lemon green. Now I know I used that last time, but I think it's just going to work. So I'm going to use it again. So here it is, lemon green. And I'm just going to go from about halfway up and just fill it in. Now it won't look as pale on the ends of the leaves. I think in some ways I prefer the pale look, but because of the background it just looked a little bit too pale for my liking. So I was just looking at it as I was doing my red, thinking it just needs to be a bit bolder, a bit greener. But you don't have to do this. If you like it how it was, just leave it how it was. But I'm just being a little bit fussy. There we go. And I think we have finished. So let's have a look, shall we? I'm just going to move my pencils aside a minute. There we go. And we'll come out so you can see the whole of the page. That might be enough. Oh yeah, it is. There you go. Let's put it into the middle a little bit. That's my swatch chart. So I will put a link to the swatch chart in the description to the video. So if you can grab that, yeah, go and grab it. It's free. And if you want a comparison chart for these pencils and any other brand that you have, then I can try and put one together for you. Yeah, I don't know if I can find loads of time at the minute, as I'm trying to catch up with videos. As I said, I've got a commission page to do and other bits and pieces, but we'll see. You never know. I can sometimes do a lot more than I think I can, but I don't like to make promises that I can't keep. So do request them if you want them, and I will do them, but it just may take a little while. But there we go. I've enjoyed doing that page a lot, and I've really enjoyed these pencils, so that's brilliant. So thank you to the lovely lady who sent them to me. I'm just really happy with them. And yes, hope you have a super day. Thank you for watching. Come back tomorrow for something different. I've got no idea what. Who knows? So thank you and happy colouring.